everyone, happy Palm Sunday. I just wanted to give an updated credo and reflection on some of our readings from Module 2, Section 1. I really enjoyed reading all these fascinating articles about diversity, about equity, about the way that impacts our value systems. Reading the United Nations Agreement on Human Rights and the Geneva Convention were particularly interesting to me, and kind of unpacking what that means in correlation to some of the events that have transpired in our country within the last several years. Of course, as many of you, I'm sure, also experienced, I was really interested in my results from the Schwartz character value test that we took, and I found that my top 3 highest scores were in universalism, self-direction, and security, which some of that made sense to me, and it was great to unpack the rest of it and kind of understand what that means, because as you know, Schwartz tells us that values refer to desirable goals that motivate our action, and so really understanding what those specific goals meant for me was very interesting to me. And then he also says that values transcend specific actions and situations, and so that really reminded me that we all come from such different places, different frames of mind, different experiences within our own physical bodies, that I really do value universalism, and I do think that it's important that we do things that are good for our collective environment, so our planet as a whole. I think it's important to do things that are good for all people or most people in a situation. I think but I also believe in, self-direction. I value autonomy, and I value that for all people. I think that's part of dignity and respect in my emotional value set. And so the artifact that I've chosen to upload that kind of and is attached here is a picture of my family, and we are a blended family, and we are all of different race groups. And so I'm Indian and white. My son is Indian, Black, Filipino, and white. My stepdaughter is Chinese, Mexican, and white, and my husband is Mexican and white. And so my father, who's from India, jokes that it's like the United Nations at our house. But even though we all live together most of the time, in blended families, you've got visiting other parents, but even though we all live together and we all love together and we teach values in our home, my kids are so very different. I used to really subscribe to nature and nurture, and there were so many things that you could really just nurture into someone, and I'm finding more and more that nature is the driver of so much, no matter what I try to instill, and certainly you can instill values and you can teach and you can demonstrate, but there's a lot that is hardwired into us and is a part of who we are. And I think that's part of why we feel, part of why each of us has a different kind of moral view or value hierarchy in and of ourselves. I also think that's why we experience strong emotion when we live outside of our value system, and I think that's why Schwartz says values transcend specific actions and situations. I think even if we choose to act outside of our value systems, we're going to experience discomfort because of that, because it is so ingrained and a part of us. So I really, really enjoyed this, and I really enjoyed, looking again at the diversity of humans and what makes us all different and the same. And I hope to talk with all of you again soon. I hope you have a great Palm Sunday. Bye.